Well, good morning to you. It is Wednesday, January the 20th, special day today, Inauguration Day, and also a big day for HCC. We're into our second day of the fall 2021 semester. Big day for a lot of our students as they head to classes today, and big day for us because of the return of Brittany Pacheco. She's only here for a few days this week. Today's one of those days, and good morning to you, Brittany.
Hey, good morning, Todd, and good morning to everyone joining us this morning for Up to the Minute. It is a big day, as Todd mentioned. We're competing with Inauguration Day, just this little event that happens every 4 years. But anyway, before we jump into it, I do want to remind everyone to please follow us on our social media pages. That's Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel where we have a lot of videos. A lot of videos. You can check up on all the latest up to the minute postings, as well as the topic, global outlook, brainy breaks, and much, much more. So once again, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get the alert when a new upload is up on our page. And last but not least, our audience. We do need your help because not only do we want to grow our audience, but we just want to make sure that everyone has access to this information. So if you go to the bottom of this post, click share. That way this shows up on your personal news feed. That would be a great help to us.
That's right. So let's unpack the show. Half an hour of a show coming your way. HCC news and information, including some special guests. One guest we have on the show this morning, Tony Vega. You may recognize the name. He is the lead singer and guitarist of the Tony Vega Band. You may have seen him around town. He's joining us live this morning. Good morning to you, Tony. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to talking to you about your career. And we also want to remind students, registration for Second Start's underway. We have some great music programs here at HCC, and you can find the links to those in the social media post for the show. All right, Tony, stand by. We'll be with you in just a few minutes. But right now, we want to start with Dr. Mike Webster, our Associate Vice Chancellor of Workforce Instruction. We've got a great program going on here at HCC. We're talking about free tuition for a computer support specialist position, and you get the training for free. Dr. Webster's here to tell us about it. Dr. Webster, good morning to you. This is from a grant, I imagine.
It sure is. Thanks for having me, Todd. And I appreciate every time I get a call from you because it means I get to push out some great opportunity for students. This one in particular is from our Harris County Commissioner's Court. Specifically, Commissioner Garcia forwarded a $350,000 grant for us.
And this grant, now it's for a specific program, computer support specialist. Let's talk about the program itself. And do you go work for a specific organization? Do you help them find jobs? How does that work when you complete your training?
Yeah, so it's an 18-week training. It's Saturdays only, half-day Saturdays. There's 3 courses. The students start on the 30th of January and end in June. Once they complete it, they'll be registered, or they'll be computer support specialist certificates will be issued, and they'll be ready for work. And there's tons of jobs in this field.
There certainly is. Now, once again, the training itself, go over this because it almost seems too good to be true. If you enroll in this program, it's an 18-week program, Saturdays only, meaning you could work a full-time job and still take this. But there's no cost to you. Do you have to qualify for this? How does that work?
Yeah, there's only 4 main qualifications. So you have to reside in Harris County. You have to have a diploma or a GED. You have to take the 3 courses, and then you have to have an interest in IT, obviously. And boy, if you meet those 4 qualifications, you can get in pretty easily.
It certainly sounds like a great deal. Now, when does it start? And obviously 18 weeks, how far does it take you into this year?
It'll start on January 30th. That's a week from Saturday, and then it'll conclude June 5th. So it's easy. 4 hours out of your Saturday, and you'll be ready to work. Just so you know, computer support specialists pay anywhere from about $55,000 to $75,000 a year. So it's a great opportunity for students.
With 18 weeks of training, say you've lost a job. this is a perfect opportunity. It's not going to cost you anything. And you could get out right away, starting making $55,000 a year?
Easily. And, so think about some of the folks that have been laid off during COVID. You might have been a waiter or a busser or something like that. You're looking to make a career change. this is a great opportunity for folks to get in.
And Dr. Webster, let's talk about the workforce programs, because I know HCC made an announcement over the last week talking about lab-based courses. Now, some lab-based courses will remain online at this time, but workforce instruction, those programs have been working on campus, and it seems like it's been very successful for the past several months. Maybe you can tell us about what's going on in the campuses with the lab-based courses for workforce instruction, because apparently that's meeting in person.
Yeah, so for the most part, they're hybrid classes. You know, you do a lot of the lecture-based stuff online, but you definitely, you know, you think of something like welding or construction or even truck driving, you got to be in the seat to do it. So we are doing those fully operational on the campuses. All safety protocols are in place. Students have to wear the mask, obviously, but classes are going as they should. Including this one. This one will be some lecture online and then some in the class as well.
So this is one of the ones that will be allowed to meet in person when it's safe. And, you know, maybe you can mention some of those safety protocols, because I know you know all about them. If people haven't been to our campuses in a while, which a lot of us haven't, it looks a lot different. You have to enter in one location and exit in one location, and you're screened prior to coming on campus.
Yeah, you have to take a short questionnaire. It's on your phone or on your computer. You're scanned in. You have to wear your mask. You have to follow the social distance protocols. And the faculty are ready to engage. They've got things set up in the classroom and are fully ready to help out.
In this country, we're seeing a lot of people losing their jobs. They may be in an industry, especially in the oil and gas industry. A lot of those jobs are going away and they're just not simply coming back. But it seems like workforce programs are always in need. And it also, from what my short time at HCC, it seems like these programs pay a whole heck of a lot. We're talking from electrical to computer support specialist to welding, forklift operator. Those jobs really do start off, and you can make a pretty good living in what's considered an essential job nowadays.
Yeah, anything in the supply chain, you think forklift operator, a machine operator, materials handler, truck driver, anything on the supply chain, there's good jobs in. And of course, every single industry, it doesn't matter what it is, the backbone for security is IT. We can't do anything without IT right now, so the jobs are just hot. And this is a perfect way, an entry into that career. Free training, 18 weeks, boom, you're out.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Is this a stackable certification where you can, if you wish, come back into HCC and use these credits to maybe get an associate's in the future?
It sure is. All three classes apply right up to our associate degree in networking or cybersecurity. So it's just I'm just so thankful for the Commissioner's Court to put this forward for us. It's a great opportunity for students.
Just to recap, if you're just joining us now, HCC received a grant of $350,000 from Harris County, and this grant is for funding classes for a computer support specialist program. The classes are completely free if you qualify, but you do have to register and the classes get underway. Dr. Webster, if they want to register, do they do that online? How does that work?
Yeah, it's at the website, hccs.edu/free-training. So our regular site, free-training.
It's a great program. We encourage you to register, but the catch is classes are going to start really not that long from now, January the 30th. So you have to jump on board now, get registered, get qualified, get some free training, get out and make a $55,000 a year is no small amount of change for a starting career. Dr. Webster, thanks for joining us this morning. And as you mentioned, every time we see you, it's to talk about an exciting program you have.
Thank you, Todd. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. We'll have the link to the program itself in the social media post for this show. So thanks, Dr. Webster. We'll see you next time.
Take care.
All right. We're going to jump on across town to Tony Vega. You may recognize him from the Tony Vega Band. And Tony, we were chatting just a little bit ago because in a previous life, I worked with a lot of folks out on a Saturday night. They used to go out and see you at, you said, the Big Easy Club. Do you still, well, I guess right now, but have you still been playing there before the shutdown?
Well, we actually, the last time we played there was in June, I guess the beginning of June, right before things really got tight. I think before that, they had a little, closure, around town, and then everyone kind of let their guard down, and they did a soft opening, and then of course things got worse again. So
Yeah.
it's just been murder on the industry. I know so many people that are hurting, all around the world, club owners all around the world that I know, friends of mine.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about what's it look like for you since March of last year. I mean, you said you had one gig at the Big Easy. Have the gigs been happening? Have you been doing stuff online? What has it been looking like for you and your colleagues?
I think, this is globally too. Everything's kind of at a standstill. I know that, there's a lot of restaurants and outdoor venues that we have here, maybe regionally, where they're able to function because they're serving food. So, there's spotted gigs here and there, but it's just not the same, Some people never, some of these venues will never return. It's a quite tragic, sad time right now.
It is, because every day it seems like you read that a classic venue is shutting down. Some of them, even the same with restaurants too. They reopen and then they realize, hey, we can't really do this social distancing because of our size. 50% just really doesn't work for us, and unfortunately it's more it's a better decision to shut down than to go forward.
Yeah, it's just that's the whole business of restaurants and bars, is to go and socialize and spread your droplets.
Yeah.
While you're talking and screaming and singing and whatnot. So it's been rough, man. It's I don't know anybody that's had an easy time. Certainly not in the service industry or music industry.
Tony, how long have you been based in Houston? How long have you been playing here? Maybe you could tell us a little bit about your history.
Yeah, I was raised here. I was born in Chicago, but I was raised here. For all intents, I'm pretty as close to a native as you can get without being born here. I founded the band in 1997, the Tony Vega Band. So yeah, I've been doing it for quite a spell.
And do you have the same members in your band? Have you guys changed personnel at times?
No, but I'm a fan of bands. Growing up, I love the whole band thing. But I knew that if I started a band, the personnel changes would be just so frequent. It's just part of the nature. So that's why I went with the whole Tony Vega Band thing and just named it after myself, because I knew people would, things change, people come and go. So the smartest way to just, look at the long picture, the long game, was to do a solo artist kind of thing.
What is your opinion on bands that change members but still keep carrying the torch and carrying the name? I mean, I think off the top of my head, I saw Kansas a couple of years ago, and I think there's two members. One of them was original. And then you've got members of Foghat. I don't think anybody's original in the band now. Blackfoot's got a whole new group of people in it, I mean, what's your opinion on that?
Yeah, it just on a case-to-case basis. We opened up for Foghat, and the only original member was the drummer.
Yeah.
And Foghat, you don't think of the drummer, they're not known for their drummer. And then recently I took my kid to go see Kiss. And two of their members are, not the original members, and they're wearing the same makeup as, the original members.
It's bizarre.
So, it's a music business, so I understand you have to keep it going. I don't blame anybody these days. It's so hard to make money from records. That's virtually non-existent. You have to tour. So how these, artists are able to keep going and going,
Well, one thing I did see last year, in fact, it was the week before the shutdown, the last weekend in March, they had concerts. I saw the Eagles. And, they've got a couple of new members. Glenn Fry has passed years ago. And I got to admit, I enjoyed the heck out of the show.
Well, I'm a huge Vince Gill fan. And So, that's another way to look at it is how is the band dealing with it? Did they get someone else that's amazing in there that respects Another example is Lindsey Buckingham being fired from Fleetwood Mac. I'm totally cool with Mike Campbell coming in there, and they're friends and they're friendly about it.
Neil Finn did a great job as well. I'm a big Neil Finn fan, and I was excited.
That was a really smart move, getting those two players.
You also, I got a quote in here from Billy Gibbons talking about you, saying Tony Vega is a monster. I imagine living in Houston, you probably ran across Billy Gibbons a number of times.
I've seen him a million times, have never had the courage to. I'm pretty shy and introverted, so anytime I'm in the same room with a celebrity or a hero, the first thought on my mind is, what can I say that hasn't been said a million times to this guy? so usually I just keep my mouth shut, But if it wasn't for that quote, I would not have had the career I've had. I've gotten gigs and opportunities because of that, and I'm forever grateful.
It's amazing how one quote can really help you in that aspect, an artist taking the time to recognize another artist. And that really it sounds like a trajectory for your career. Oh
man, with heavyweight like that, that's so well respected across all genres. I mean, I don't know anybody that doesn't like Billy Gibbons,
Yeah, absolutely. Being in the pandemic, have you had a chance to be more creative, work on your own, record some material? And, I see a lot of artists. Paul McCartney recorded McCartney 3 during the pandemic, locked in his house. Have you been able to do stuff like that during this pandemic?
I've literally 3 or 4 different projects that I probably wouldn't have done, not so much musically. I love traditional country music, and before this pandemic started, I started a traditional country band and just put it together, put the kind of the whole concept together, the record that goes behind it. But, it just kind of fell apart, when the pandemic happened. I'm not into releasing music right now because it's so hard to make any money digitally. I'm all about the physical copies that you sell at shows, and there's no shows right now. There's no touring. Right. So I'm not too enthusiastic about releasing something right now because I know we just won't make any, money.
Yeah, because you need to be out there. Being an artist like yourself, you need to be out there to promote it. You talk about making a country album, and it seems to be more accepted nowadays than it was, say, 20 years ago. You've got major artists like Sturgill Simpson who are making rock alternative albums like he did a few years ago. Now he's got a bluegrass album out, 2 of them.
Yeah.
And it seems to be more accepted. Are you noticing that yourself, where artists like artists like yourself can make a country album and be accepted by the country market?
Yeah, I think the enthusiasm you're talking about, I think is coming from people. There's kind of a wave of people that are craving real traditional kind of country.
Yeah.
Versus what's, I don't want to badmouth anything or any, but you hear comments about the broad country and, this kind of pop country that they just kind of put a steel guitar or a fiddle on it and it's country, So I think there's an enthusiasm by all the people that really love traditional country music to kind of, bring those kinds of records back. And you have, Sturgill Simpson's fantastic. I love, some of the old school guys are still doing it. Like Marty Stewart is a huge hero of mine. So I think people are craving, country that sounds more like the country of yesteryear, from 80s and beyond, going back.
For the country stuff that you've been doing, is any of that available on YouTube right now? Or, okay, so this is something.
Not at all. As a matter of fact, the idea started as a, private function band, to play some, actually play the old school country and get weddings and all that stuff. It was an effort to generate, more income. But I kind of, I at the same time I was writing a record, an original record. It's a concept record, kind of bringing that old cowboy music back. The Marty Robbins and just the old lonesome kind of, even like the TV series. All the country that's kind of what it's based on, that whole field.
Is this something that we'll see when you get back out touring again, when we're all allowed to go watch live music?
Yeah, hopefully. I really want to do this record. It's the record I've been most enthusiastic about in years. You know, the name of the project is Longhorn Cadillacs. That's the name of the band. But you know, other things that I've been doing are, you know, like my brother and I started a podcast, a music and movie podcast. The Vega Brothers Music and Movie Hour.
Oh, that's cool. Can you find it on Apple?
Yeah, it's on Apple, Spotify. There again, Vega Brothers Music and Movie Hour, where we just kind of nerd out on, you know, movies and music. And we're going to start having right now it's just an audio podcast, but we're going to do a video version of it, have guests, things like that. And then I started a guitar company too. I'm starting to build guitars, and maybe, you know, doing a little bit. I have some woodworking experience, and I've always tinkered with my guitars. So, are
these going to be acoustic or electric?
No, they're electric, based on, you know, T-style guitars, you know, like this.
Oh, cool.
I don't want to get in trouble with any of the big makers, but. Yeah. You know, T-style and an S-style. Anybody that knows about guitars knows what I'm talking about. So yeah, just putting together a guitar that that a professional musician or non-professional musician can get out of the bag, and it's tour ready. It sounds great, plays great. I set them up exactly how I plan. You know, they have to have the standard that I would hold on my guitars, you know.
Were you a fan of the T-style guitars yourself?
I'm absolutely fanatic. Yeah, especially the last couple of years. I haven't been able to put them down. You know?
Tony Vega, we love talking to you today. And, you know, if you're interested in hearing some of Tony's music, while we can't get out and do it in person, you can check out some of the YouTube links we're going to put in the social media post for the show. Tony's got a podcast. Check him out there. We'll put that link in the show. And also a guitar company. And look for Longhorn Cadillacs, right? Is that going to be the country?
Thank you. You got it on the first one. Thank you.
That's cool. We're looking forward to seeing all this stuff you have out there. Thanks for being here, Tony.
Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
And next time when you get out there live, I'm going to come see you next time. All right?
Please do. I'd love to see you, man. Thanks,
all right,
Todd.
Tony Vega from the Tony Vega Band. We appreciate you being here today. Stay safe.
Thank you. You too.
All right. We're going to move on to Brittany Pacheco. And want to let everybody know, of course, HCC's got a great music program. You might want to check that out as well. We'll put the social media post or the link in our social media post for the show. All right, Brittany, some events going on around HCC, maximizing your certification. What is this all about?
That, Todd, I'm about to tell you. So HCC's Small Business Development is offering maximizing your certification to generate business opportunities. This is happening tomorrow, Thursday, January 21st, from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. We're going to be joined by Julie Irvin Hartman, a certified proposal manager, and Susan Repka, president of SMR Business Services. Now, they're going to be going over certification overview, marketing to primes, research, and education. Now, if this piques your interest, we're going to be sure to tell you to email hccs.edu /SBDP@hccs.edu. We'll be sure to put that email in this post after the show.
Move ahead with adult ed. You like that? Well, it's a hashtag as well. If COVID has left you without a job, or you're just struggling to find work because you lack a high school diploma or industry training, HCC's adult education program is here to help. We'll help you get the skills you need to find the right job. A brand new job, a job that pays more, all that is at your fingertips. Join us today. Register for classes. For more information, check out the link after this show in our social media post. You know, Brittany, a big thing for students, especially when they wait till the last minute to register, is finances, quite honestly. You're waiting for payday to hit. You want to pay for your classes. Make sure you got your financial aid. Well, we've got some solutions for them.
This is actually an option that I'm currently utilizing with my MBA, and the fact that it's obviously an option for students, no matter what degree you're going after, it's awesome to have. So if you do need options to help cover costs for your spring tuition, books, etc., we have our virtual lobby who are available for assisting you to choose the best payment plan that works. So once again, virtual lobby, you can go to it by visiting hccs.edu/virtual lobby.
And continuing education classes from accounting to welding, HCC School of Continuing Education has launched classes that literally start weekly and monthly. We have year-round enrollment for these classes. Some of them are short-term certifications. Some of them are a bit longer. Some of them can get you launched into a career. That's right. We have job placement available as well. Check out their schedules today to get enrolled at hccs.edu/CE. And we also have online classes available through that as well. Online's playing a big role for the spring semester, which is ongoing. And Brittany, we've got Second Start. Can't believe Second Start semester for the spring is just a few weeks away.
It is. And I believe Second Start begins February 16th. Don't quote me on that. I'm going to find out for sure. You kind of threw that at me, Ty. But yes, Second Start is always available for our students who missed out on the regular start. That's okay. Doesn't matter. The important thing is that you are going after that degree, that certification, and HCC is here to help. And Todd, our spring semester has had some changes in regards to methods of teaching. So we've changed 2 of our learning options. However, online courses will not change, but the Flex Campus and lab-based courses will. So to quickly recap, online options, online anytime, just as it sounds, you can just take your classes online at any time. If you want to be up at 2 a.m. doing your work, hey, you do you. Online on a schedule sounds exactly as it is. You take your classes online at a specified time that you selected when you enroll. Now, the Flex Campus now, all in-person Flex Campus classes are postponed, but this pilot program will be communicated at a future date. So hang on to your hats for that, everyone. Lab-based courses, which are our critical hands-on skill-based learning, will continue to be offered to certain programs. You can check your emails to confirm those programs. But as always, our in-person classes, the section sizes remain smaller to allow for social distancing.
Yeah, so keep in mind the changes we made for the spring will affect Second Start. So, your online classes aren't going to change, but the Flex Campus and the lab-based courses will change. So keep that in mind as you're signing up for Second Start. But hey, sign up today, especially if you are taking one of those lab-based courses like workforce instruction. They are meeting in person for the labs, and they're going to be much smaller. If you want to get the right time, the right instructor, and the right course, make sure you sign up today. Go to hccs.edu/now for more information. So tomorrow you're going to be here, right?
I will be here.
We've got a big show tomorrow. I'm excited about our show because we got a couple of special guests. The first one being someone to talk about our transfer fairs.
Yeah, so we've been promoting our HCC transfer fairs for quite some time now, and this is for students moving on to universities. So tomorrow we're going to learn all about them from Zachary Schrader, specialist from HCC's Instructional Quality Department. And Todd, tomorrow is our virtual family fun day. It's Thursday, but we're going to go to a state that you frequent a lot, Tennessee.
I know. I'm excited about this. I've been to this location, and when I'm in Tennessee, I'm always driving by it because it's off of the main highway going up the mountain. But Ruby Falls is on Lookout Mountain, Tennessee. It's an incredible cavern, and it's got a great story behind it. They offer a lot of virtual stuff. Of course, they had to shut down for a while. They're reopened now and doing the social distancing, and it's just an incredible thing. So check out tomorrow's show. We'll take you to Lookout Mountain, Tennessee, my second home, to meet the folks from Ruby Falls. So that'll be here tomorrow and up to the minute.
That sounds like a great show. And as always, everyone, we appreciate you being here. Don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms and YouTube. And don't forget to share this podcast and join us tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for our virtual family fun day. Once again, taking us to Chattanooga, Tennessee Lookout Mountain. I am scared of heights. I'm glad this is virtual.
But they take you in a cavern. You wouldn't be.
Okay.
Cool. It's cool. You'd love it. Yeah. So check it out tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow, me and Brittany, and hopefully you, 10 a.m. live on Up to the Minute.